Last time on AI, the Somnium Files, Aset died, or did she? And then we arrested a politician, or did we? And then we went into his dream where we saw him killing Aset, or was he? And then we stopped the featureless purple man in the dream from killing Aset, and then afterwards, Aset was alive, and now Date was wondering, did he change the world by changing the dream? I don't think... that sounds like a tall order. It sounds like something that I don't know if anyone would believe. But we're going to continue on with this adventure. And see... but Date was the only one to see her dead. No one else saw her dead. Because Iba was... conveniently... not in his eye socket. Rather, she was recharging in the car at that time. So did Date even see anything at all? I guess we're going to ask about it. A dream changing reality?
Date and Iba saved Iris and Somnium, and that changed the history of the real world?
Sure, Iba got real big and kicked the purple man, and that changed everything.
Well, I guess it's not impossible.
It actually sounds impossible.
That isn't what you said yesterday.
That was then, this is now.
Guess I can't argue with that.
A woman's mind changes with the phases of the moon, you know.
I did not know that.
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe in Date.
Well, that's one person.
I trust him more than anyone else in Abyss.
I don't really know why. About so. That would be the politician.
Congressman Sajima is suspicious in more ways than one. Exhibit A. 3 days ago, So called Shoko Nadami's phone.
Right. He won't tell us why he did that.
We still don't know exactly why. He only told us it was meant to be private.
And even though he was being accused of murder, he still says it's private.
Exhibit B. So Sajima was at Okiura Fishery Warehouse last night, but he didn't inform us of this.
I mean, he wasn't obligated to inform us of that.
There must be something he doesn't want us knowing.
And then we found Aset's body in there. Or did we?
Exhibit C. So was in Iris's Somnium.
Mm-hmm.
Dreams are constructed from memories. Yet the good congressman denies he ever knew Iris.
Where's he now?
I sent him home yesterday.
You released him?
What was I supposed to do? We can't hold him without solid proof.
And as we established last time, nothing that happens in Somnium counts as proof.
What we saw with Iris hasn't happened yet.
In any case, we have to speak with him again.
About prophetic dreams.
Stranger things have been known to happen. 2 days ago, Date found Iris's frozen corpse in Mizuki's Somnium. It must have been a prophecy.
Boss.
There's a lot of stuff in this world that can't be explained by science.
Well, I'm sold. Though I think Collar Man might disagree. Can we get him in here? Get his opinion? Yeah, let's ask Iba. Iba, what do you think about a dream changing reality?
It is absurd. Not possible. Dreams are figments of the imagination. An incident which took place entirely in your mind cannot have any bearing on the real world. That is preposterous.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Consider it. If you were to find money in your dream, does your bank account balance go up in reality?
We could try it. I'd like to find out.
If you were to be attacked by aliens in your dream, does a swarm of UFOs invade Earth?
Well, not yet, but maybe one of these days.
But at the warehouse,
You must have been hallucinating. Within Mizuki's Somnium, you saw Iris's frozen corpse. It is affecting your mental state. Last night, you were so fazed by it that you couldn't speak. If it bothers you to this degree, why not go talk to Iris?
I mean, we talked to her a little bit when we found that she was alive, but the scene changed. Where is Iris now?
Her cell phone is on. I can trace her via GPS. She is currently somewhere in the Lemniscape building.
Let's talk about Renju. Yeah, we were looking for Renju, and we were not able to find him.
Mizuki went to Bloom Park 3 nights ago.
Mm-hmm.
She was prompted by a Nile message from Renju.
Right.
There are 3 possibilities. 1. Renju killed Shoko, or was an accessory to the murder. 2. Renju was threatened or blackmailed into luring Mizuki to the scene. 3. The culprit used Renju's phone to send the Nile message. In any case, the motive is still unknown. We need to talk to Renju.
Yeah, he got into a car accident, was in the hospital, walked out of the hospital apparently, and we cannot find him. We went to this mermaid hostess club to look for him. He was not there.
Renju, where did you go?
That's the desk. There's stickers all over the desk. I wanted to talk to Aiba. Where is Renju, do you think?
You asked Mama at Marble for information regarding Renju Okiura, correct?
Mm-hmm, we did.
It is possible she may have something for you by now.
That's true. Right, we asked the Yakuza as well. That's true, we did say he could meet Iris, didn't we?
We can talk to Iris's mom as well. She was Renju's classmate, right? Aiba told me about her.
Alright, so we have a few people that we can go visit. About the fishery.
I have done some research. As the name suggests, the company is owned by the Okiuras, the same Okiuras we know. Renju's father created the company.
Another connection to Renju.
No, actually. Currently, Okiura Fishery has nothing to do with Renju. The company has been managed by office representatives for the past 17 years after Renju's father died. Renju holds no shares and is not involved in the management. In short, Renju did not inherit the company from his father, and it was instead given to other persons.
But it can't be a coincidence.
It certainly is suspicious.
More about the fishery?
I would suggest searching the warehouse again. You may be able to discover why Iris was resurrected.
Alright, so that's a place we can go. Summarize that for me, Aiba.
There are 4 people I should talk to. Sosajima, Iris and Hitomi Sagan, and Mama. And I need to check the warehouse one more time.
We have many avenues of investigation.
Let's get moving.
Alright. Head on out. I guess we might as well do this in order.
Sosajima is a key person of interest in this case. Earlier, the boss cited 3 points of suspicion against him, and I agree with her assessment. I checked the call logs of So's phones. Congressman Sajima has 1 phone under his name, and a burner phone rented under a fake name.
Did you find anything interesting?
Unfortunately, no.
Really?
But I do have something. I looked into So's secretary's phone. 1 call in particular stood out to me.
Huh?
It was 1 week ago, from Fuchu Prison. The caller identified themselves as inmate number 89.
Number 89?
Yes, this is most likely the same person who called HQ.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
It's a steering wheel. Alright, so, what do we know about this 89? What's his name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
He is not registered in any databases. He could be a foreigner or recent immigrant, but it would be impossible to determine from where. However, I did not detect any accent in his speech. I believe we can conclude that he grew up in Japan.
There's no record of this this one inmate, just known as 89. No, that seems odd. Who is he?
From what I can determine, he is an assassin. He accepts jobs from the criminal underworld for substantial rewards. His code name is Falco.
You could do better when it comes to a badass assassin name. I don't know about Falco.
Falco?
Correct.
Oh, but do we recognize Falco? I mean, our heart beat when she said that. Look, I'm just saying, it's no Shatterjack. What's he in jail for?
Murder.
I mean, I guess I should have seen that coming.
He is serving a life sentence for multiple counts. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago?
6 years. And what's the relationship between the politician and the assassin?
Unknown. You would have to ask Mr. Sejima for that information.
I'm sure he will.
Said he knew who killed Shoko.
I'm sure he will volunteer it.
He did. But that may be a lie.
Does he have any connections to the Cyclops serial killings?
Unknown. In all honesty, I have no idea.
Are we referring to the murderers as the Cyclops serial killings? Is that like a name that we're using now? Has there been more than one murder where someone's eye has been removed? I mean, we know about Shoko. We thought Iris, but she's alive now. Summary.
Number 89.
Should we visit Fuchu Prison?
No, we don't have time. Call up boss. Tell her to request that number 89 be brought to Abyss.
We're gonna dive in his brain.
Roger.
We're gonna solve so many puzzles. I mean, not really. These aren't really puzzles we're solving. The Somnium sections are more like time management. I wouldn't really call them puzzle rooms. Anyway, let's talk to Sejima.
I heard there was no body found at the cold storage warehouse.
And how would you know that? Only the murderer would know that there was no murder.
Isn't your investigation over?
Or maybe it's only just begun. Why were you at the warehouse?
I told you I will not answer that question.
And why not? We didn't find anything there. There's nothing to hide.
It appears that he will not respond.
About number 89.
Number 89? Who is that?
An inmate at Fuchu Prison. He used to go by Falco. He was an assassin.
Odd, finding such a person in Japan. What about him?
About a week ago, he called your secretary.
I don't know anything about that. He was probably calling for a pardon or some such nonsense. My secretary probably decided it wasn't worth my attention.
Look, old man, we know about you and number 89.
If you need information, you can ask her. I can't help you.
Okay. Why did you call Shoko?
You are beginning to irritate me.
What did you want to talk to her about? What is the private matter you mentioned? What is your relationship with her?
I'll answer your questions when you present a warrant.
Using the procedure of the law against me. Like, I mean, if Iba could, like, just drum up a warrant, I mean, she's good at everything else, couldn't she just, like, make one appear? About Iris.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know that girl. I've never seen her before.
Date.
I knew he was lying.
He's burning red with the guilt of his lies.
This proves it.
I am having difficulty determining his motive for lying. After all, Iris was not killed.
Maybe he's got a secret with her he doesn't want us knowing. What are you hiding so?
Haven't you people got enough? I'm very busy, excuse me.
You don't look busy. You're just kind of like tossing food in the koi pond. It looks... I mean, that's not very busy.
Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to tell you. To be honest, Kaname Date, I don't like you.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I don't ever want to see you again. So I suggest that you don't show your face here anymore. It's what's best for both of us, understand?
Who does this guy think he is?
Saying he doesn't like me. And everyone likes me.
Date, your blood pressure is skyrocketing.
We say he didn't like me.
Any higher could kill you. Relax, Date. We still have much to do.
I know.
We have so much to do. Alright, I guess we didn't learn anything here. Let's go to the next one. Man, his blood pressure was so high he was gonna die. That's some intense pressure. You might need to take some medication for that.
You need more info on Ren?
I need more info on everything. I got nothing.
I'm sorry to waste your time, but I don't have anything for you.
Ah.
I see.
Why are you always brushing that fish?
I find it calming.
Why is that?
Don't ask me.
And we offer all of our own things that make us calm. Do you know about number 89?
Oh, Falco?
I guess she does.
You know him?
I know him as a famous assassin in the underworld. Just rumors, though. Nothing specific.
What kind of rumors?
He's good. 100% success rate. No evidence.
Why is he in prison then?
He was a world-class killer.
Did you ever meet him?
Nope. I don't even know what he looks like.
Could look like anyone.
Any other info?
Like maybe even a Pokemon trainer.
I know he's connected to the Kumakuras somehow.
Them again.
That's about it.
About Renju.
You know about Renju and the Kumakura gang, right?
Yeah, I know they have dealings.
Yeah, I know. I heard it from his own mouth right here.
Do they have anything to do with the talent scandal at Lemniscate?
Maybe now they do, since Renju is the president of Lemniscate. But even before that, Renju and the Kumakuras go way back. All the way back to high school.
Hey, Date. Have you ever seen a dead body?
Do you always start out your conversations like this?
You're a policeman. I don't know what department, but I assume you aren't handing out traffic tickets. So, how about it?
What about you?
Me? Well, yeah.
I make the dead bodies, Date.
Not just one. Countless bodies. When I was in high school, I had a pretty crazy job.
Was a janitor at this weird horror theme park. I worked in the morgue. There's like thousands of bodies. It was, never mind, it's not interesting.
You know the Kumakura gang? I was hooked up to one of their phone fraud scams.
And that resulted in so many murders.
I just had to go collect the money from drop points and give it to the Kumakuras. It was an easy job. Eventually, I became friends with the higher-ups. They started taking me with them on jobs.
What jobs?
The target was always an elderly person from the country with no family. Elderly folk who owned a lot of land, you know? They live every day in loneliness and desperation. You just have to be nice to them. That's all it takes. Guys would get to know the old people and they would set up an adoption process. After that, you just have to get them really drunk. Throw them in the tub full of hot water, and they pass. Just like that.
This is a hell of a conversation, Renju.
Heart attack, brain hemorrhage, or they simply go to sleep and drown. The police almost never investigated. It always looked natural, like they died of old age. So the adopted gang members would inherit the land. Then we sell it and make massive profits.
It's a victimless crime.
I watched a lot of people get killed like that. And I've seen journalists get killed for getting too close to the truth. So Why am I telling you all this?
Yeah, why are you?
You didn't do it yourself, right?
No, I was always the lookout. But still... Date,
Yeah, get out of here, you scamp. Get nothing that Abyss needs to look into, I assume. How's it going, Mama?
Well, I could use a little help down there, if you know what I mean.
I'm afraid I don't.
I do not know what she means. Perhaps you should take her up on her offer.
Absolutely not.
Summarize that for me.
I don't have anything else for you. Sorry, I'm not much help.
No, don't worry about it.
Can you come back again tonight? There's a regular here who is good friends with Ren. They should be here tonight. If you ask him, he might have some information for you.
Might as well.
Tonight.
Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, when she said get some help down there, she meant she could really use a pedicure. It's been a while and her toenails are unsightly. Okay, I understand. Took me a second. Okay, next let's go to the Sagan residence.
I apologize for yesterday. I arrived uninvited.
No, I'm grateful. Thanks to you, Mizuki has her voice back.
Yeah, and she was pumping serious iron.
No, I didn't do anything.
What was that about? We've never talked about that. It's Monday. Isn't it a school day? It's a work day for a teacher like yourself.
Today's a holiday. I suppose there's never a day off for a detective.
I never have a vacation.
Oh, but you aren't a detective, right?
I'm like a brain detective.
Technically, yes. But I still deal with crime.
I see. Today is a holiday.
You forgot too, didn't you?
Where's your husband? No, not her husband. The friend who is the husband of the murder victim and the father of Mizuki.
You asked me that yesterday.
Yep, he was in a car accident. And he's gone. No one knows where he is.
Right from the hospital?
Yep, just walked right out of there.
I'm sorry. I have no idea.
About Iris.
I've put Iris through so much. I was 19 and single when she was born. People didn't take kindly to that. But Iris was such a fighter. She always protected me.
Even when she was like 2, she was like was a street fight. I don't know. She was remarkably strong for a toddler.
I remember. One time at the nursery, some of the other mothers were talking about me.
And then Iris just like jumped up and started slapping their faces.
Iris ran up to them and said, "Don't talk about my mommy." I'm supposed to be the mother, but it's Iris who's always protecting me.
And Iris grabbed one of the women, like did an over-the-shoulder judo throw. What about your parents?
They died when I was 17. I was an orphan, and my relatives lived far away. They might have taken me in, but I was already in my second to last year of high school. It wasn't a good idea for me to move that late. So I decided to stay here, by myself.
And take care of Iris.
Yes, all alone. But Renju would help sometimes.
And hey, it's paying off now. Iris is becoming like a big streamer, getting those Twitch donos. She's gonna, rake in all this money and help out. It's all paying off. About Iris?
It was always just me and her. Vacations, barbecues, zoos, amusement parks. Just me and her. Oh, that reminds me. When Iris was 5, there was a children's theater show in Bloom Park. It was called Milky Moon. It was about girls as magical space rangers and such. She loved singing and dancing, even as a kid. Whenever she heard music, her body would start moving. It was a quirk of hers.
It's actually uncontrollable.
And she did it at the show, too. Toward the end, when all the Milky Moon girls were dancing to the ending song, Iris climbed up onto the stage and danced with them. I tried to stop her, of course. I grabbed her arm and tried to get her to sit, but...
And then she started screaming and yelling about how it was her destiny to be one of these Milky Moon girls. And she started, swinging her arms around like she was trying to transform, and just kind of caused a scene in general.
Before I knew it, she was up there, dancing. And everyone was so excited.
Actually, I think the performers were a little frightened, but they were not willing to confront her about it.
Even I was dancing by the end of it. When it was over, she had the biggest smile on her face. Mama, you're a good dancer. That's the kind of girl she was.
Talk about Iris some more.
Whenever she sees someone playing music on the street, she'll run up and join them, right then and there. Music at the train station, the crosswalk beeping. Even at convenience stores, when their little chime played, she would start dancing.
She actually can't help it. It's really bad when she's in the convenience store and the music starts playing over the PA system. She has to start dancing right then and there in the aisle. She cannot stop. That's actually why she has the cat ear headphones, so she can pull them down over her ears and block out the sound.
It almost got her into trouble once. She was on the jungle gym and a truck drove by. It was playing loud music out the windows.
She screamed and then started chasing after the truck.
She climbed up to the top and started dancing, but she lost her balance and fell. She fractured her leg pretty badly.
And her body was still twitching and writhing on the ground like she was still trying to dance.
It was on a Sunday, and it was hard to find an open emergency care. I was carrying her on my back, running and running through town. I could still hear her crying. Will I still be able to dance, Mommy? Can I still dance? She cried and cried into my shoulder. It was the only time she ever cried so much. No, that's not true.
What was the one other time?
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
Victim of a shooting. After the surgery, Iris came in running, and she was sobbing.
Mommy, don't die! Don't die! Please don't die, Mommy! Don't die!
I swore to myself then.
I will never die, Iris.
I would protect her, no matter what. Iris is everything to me. More important than my own life.
Summarize this for me.
Iris must really enjoy dancing.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Though her drawing skills could use some work.
Drawing? Well, like this over here?
Drawing skills?
Look
at the drawing on the wall.
Date, look at this drawing.
I've been wondering about that picture.
Iris drew it when she was 12.
That's you on the left and Iris in the middle, correct?
Yes,
And who's on the right?
the man I was dating at the time. It was only for 3 months, but... I met him about 6 years ago. Have you been to the Kumi Shrine in the Minato district? I was praying there one day, and I heard a voice. Well, more like a groan. Behind the shrine, I saw a man sitting on the ground. He was bleeding badly from his stomach. I took out my phone to call an ambulance, but he grabbed my wrist, and he held me, and then... he kissed me.
His tongue tasted like garbage.
I was shocked, but when I stared into his eyes, then I heard footsteps, and then a bunch of men yelling. They were looking for him. When the voices and footsteps faded, he let me go. Don't call an ambulance, and don't call the cops. I knew he had to be a criminal, so I took him to an underground clinic I knew.
Oh, she just knew of one.
You took him to a mob doctor?
Renju's friend. I only met him once.
I only met the mob doctor once. Summarize that for me. Oh, look at that again.
Even though we had
And we're still talking about it.
seconds after meeting each other, it took a long time before I got to see him again. The first time we held hands was when we watched a horror movie together. The first time I took his arm was when we went to a haunted house in an amusement park.
Horror was our thing. It was the thing that we had in common.
But I wasn't the one who grabbed him. A zombie jumped out and scared us, and he clung onto my arm. He had that cute side to him. And I was falling in love.
Even though he continued to taste like garbage.
Our second kiss was in the car.
Just keep it coming. Let's keep this kiss train going.
It's cliche, I know. But we drove around at night, looking at all the lights. We parked our car near a warehouse and kissed. I don't think we ever said I love you.
In fact, I'm not sure if we've ever spoke to each other.
But we both knew. We were getting closer and closer.
We had that kind of relationship where we don't actually have to talk to each other.
I introduced him to Iris about a month after I first met him. Iris never had a father figure in her life before. She warmed up to him immediately and treated him like a real dad. From then on, it was always the three of us together. We would go to the beach, to the river, the zoo, the amusement park. Going to barbecues with another person was a new experience for me and Iris. Everything felt so fresh. Every day was so exciting. Oh, sorry. You asked about the picture.
Well, I mean, you've answered it, I think.
He wanted to make okonomiyaki one day. He was working with the hot plate. It was ridiculous. He was trying to flip one, and it flew up in the air and landed right on my head. Iris saw the whole thing and laughed and laughed. I hadn't seen her laugh like that in a long time. I was having so much fun that I put an okonomiyaki on their heads, too. Plop, plop. I added the bonito flakes and mayo and sauce.
We all just ate off each other's heads.
At this point, there was no going back.
It was a really weird dinner.
Eggs flew, flour going everywhere. The room was not a pretty sight.
It's like 3 zombies just going at it with each other.
After our battle, we laughed like crazy. We were rolling around on the floor. So Iris decided to draw it. It's nostalgic.
Just a fond memory.
Those days didn't last.
No? What happened?
6 years ago,
6 years ago.
a man with a gun broke into our house. Fortunately, Iris wasn't home at the time, but my boyfriend was. That's why the gunman came. He wanted to kill him. He wanted to kill him, and he would never stop. He pulled the trigger. I tried to protect him. The bullet hit me, but The police arrived. They were both arrested and incarcerated.
Why was he after your boyfriend?
Before he met me, he committed some terrible crime. I don't know the details, but it was awful.
I mean, I'm not sure what it was exactly. Some crime or another. They're kind of all the same, you know? I'm sure it was fine.
So he became a target for underworld criminals. I don't know exactly why, but I know that he betrayed them in some way.
Like, I think the crime was called something like human trafficking or something like that. It doesn't... Look, I don't think causing a lot of traffic is really all that bad of a crime, is it?
May I ask you something?
Of course.
I had heard that incident was a random break-in gone wrong.
Oh. That's not true. I lied about it at the time, because of Mizuki. Mizuki is Iris's friend.
Pump that iron! Feel the gains!
If she found out, Iris would find out too. I didn't want Iris to know.
Know what?
That I was dating a criminal. He was her father figure. Iris looked up to him. If she found out about his past...
There's a drawing on the wall. Iris drew it when she was 12. Summarize all that for me.
Date, we can't spend time reminiscing.
We've done exactly that for a while.
We have to get moving.
I guess.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, Lemon Skate. Let's go talk to A-Set.
I am so aggro right now.
Why are you aggro?
Who says that?
Why are you angry?
You backed out on your Shovel Forge promise.
To be fair, we thought she was dead.
I didn't make any promises.
You promised me a date, though.
I did go to your house.
I mean, you were a corpse at the time.
2 minutes before midnight, and you didn't even take me anywhere.
Yeah, because we only had 2 minutes.
We could have gone somewhere. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan, Habomai?
Absolutely not.
I don't know what any of those places are. I assume they would be very inappropriate.
Then you should have come earlier.
Well,
Man, it's just a little awkward having that reminisce with Iris's mother about when she was a little girl and all that thing about her father figure, and now we're talking to her and she's demanding that we take her on a date. It's a little, Anyway, we saw your body.
Iris, promise you won't laugh, but I saw something at the cold storage warehouse last night.
What?
Your dead body. I told you not to laugh.
But... Come on, Date. I'm alive. I'm right here.
That's because I changed the world, Iris.
Look, I can jump around. Woohoo!
Stop, I'm serious. In my dream, I saved you from being killed. And here you are. Which is why I was like that when I went to your house yesterday. Sorry, there's no point in telling you all this.
I'm not actually sure why I brought it up.
No, it's fine. Sorry for laughing. I just didn't know what was up with you.
Huh?
I believe you, Date. Maybe you were in a parallel world or something.
Another bizarre explanation.
Oh yeah, Renju. We are looking for him, aren't we?
What about him? A traffic accident? I'm worried.
Any idea where he could have gone?
I'm sorry, no.
Do you know the politician? Do you know anything about him? Because he seems to know what you look like.
I've seen him on TV.
Ever met him?
No.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Do you have the day off?
Off?
Yeah, from school.
Oh, yeah, it's a holiday. So I decided to come to Lemniscate. We're going to do a recording for a show soon.
And, oh yeah, her phone was off, that's correct. Why was that?
I know you were mad about our date, but why was your phone off? I couldn't get a hold of you.
Okay, I guess that's the extent of that. About the late night visitor, because someone visited her house when she was doing her stream, and then she had to leave.
Last night around 2 a.m., someone visited you. Who was it? And you left the house as well. Where did you go?
You really want to know?
Yes.
And you'd do anything for the answer.
I didn't say anything about all that.
Yes.
All right then, Shovel Forge.
No.
Then go on a date with me.
Again, no.
But you owe me for yesterday.
I told you I couldn't get a hold of you.
Objection. Even if you did get a hold of me, you didn't want to see me anyway, right? Until you fulfill your promise, I won't tell you anything.
I mean, considering how she's not actually dead, I don't know if we really need to know this. Summarize for me.
So, what are we doing?
I don't know myself.
What do you mean?
For our date, of course.
I wonder if this is a real choice. Probably would be, we sometimes do little votes here. Just decide, when we see something that comes up and we say, what do you think we should do about this? And sometimes we say, maybe we can put the decision up to a vote. Let me just, okay, there we go. Yeah, it's working. All right, so if you want to vote 1 for go on a date or vote 2 for don't go on a date, we can see who wants to do what. I see a couple people saying pizza. That is not an option. Pizza is good, but it is not something that we can do here. It does look like number 2 is fairly in the lead. Someone voting number 3. There is no number 3. So again, number 1 is go on a date. Number 2 is do not go on a date. And it does look like that don't go on a date is going to win. I mean, if we don't go on a date, though, how will we learn this information? But maybe we don't need to learn the information after all, since she's not actually dead. All right, let us not go on a date.
Iris, you're too young for me. I can't be seen with you.
What?
Hey, what are you doing?
Everybody! This awful man! He...
Fine. I'll do whatever you want.
I guess it wasn't a real choice after all.
Really?
Yes.
Shovel Forge?
I will not.
So we'll go on a date then.
Yes.
I'm being railroaded by this teen girl.
Yay! It's a deal.
Damn it.
And you have to honor our agreement this time.
She really is a witch.
Oh, but we can't go right away. I have a recording coming up. I should be done by 3, though.
Tessa, we're starting soon.
Got it! Oh, Date, meet me back here at 3? If you ditch me, I will be beyond furious. Anyway, bye for now. Peace!
She strolled over to the studio.
There is no point remaining here.
I guess not.
Let's get moving.
Alright, we're gonna check out that warehouse where we found her dead body, even though there is no dead body. Or was there ever a dead body? It's unclear. Yep, that is where we found the body. Now Aiba is seeing the place. She did not see it before. But of course, no dead Iris, which is good. It would be odd if we found Iris's dead body
First
here.
arrived here yesterday at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
At that time, lying on this workbench was...
Iris's dead body, covered with a white cloth.
But the second time,
The corpse was gone.
it was 11:25 p.m. But the body could not have simply vanished. Crime scene investigation was here before 11:25 p.m.
I believe I put forth the theory that maybe the cops ate the body, but not sure about that one anymore.
When did they arrive?
According to the report, 10:30 p.m. After we finished sinking with So.
It took them an hour and a half to get here?
Correct.
Why did it take them so long?
Unknown. The report does not specify. Perhaps a result of outside influence.
Outside influence?
In any case, there is nothing of note about the bench.
Yep, nothing there.
Examining it will not reveal any further information.
But what if I kept examining it? It's a workbench. There's nothing on it. What about beneath the workbench? No, nothing. Forklift?
A forklift. It doesn't seem like it's in use. It was likely just left here.
Forgotten forklift.
A forklift. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
What about this hook?
A crane on the ceiling. Nothing has changed.
Switchboard?
Switchboard. Nothing seems out of the ordinary.
And nothing seems strange at all. What's ice cutting? I can barely see anything there. Ice cutting machine.
That machine is used to cut ice. Do they store ice here?
Here's some shelves.
There are numerous cardboard boxes on the shelves. There is nothing abnormal about them.
Normal forklift. Nothing unusual about that forklift at all. But what about these
There
shelves?
are only a few items on the shelf. It is likely that this warehouse isn't in regular use. It's a wooden box. There is nothing inside.
And there's just nothing to find so far. Moving my mouse cursor around, looking around this warehouse. But there's nothing and no one. But why was the politician here? If there is nothing and no one in this warehouse, why would there be of any interest at all?
Nothing.
But finding nothing may, in fact, be something.
Tell me why.
What do you mean?
I was just thinking out loud. Let's get going. Date, your temperature is dropping.
Well, yeah, I guess it's cold in here.
At this rate, they might find your body in here.
Guess we're leaving. I guess this was a bust. Let's head back to headquarters. we return to Abyss HQ. But as for what happens when we return, I guess we'll find out after we take a little bit of a break. Be back in a few minutes with more of AI, the Somnium Files. We're back at HQ. We've learned basically nothing. We need to talk to the boss. We need some kind of clue or hint.
I took care of what you asked for.
Remind me what that was?
Number 89?
Oh, right, number 89.
He's here. In the interrogation room.
I'm on it.
You'll go without me this time. I have some errands to run.
If you say so.
One of the higher-ups needs me.
I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
I'll have Pewter go to the interrogation with you.
Understood.
All right, let's come face to face with this legendary assassin. Well, this does look like the guy we saw in our Somnium back at the beginning. Let's look at the desk. Let's look at this pipe. There are pipes on the walls. We look at this camera. It's used for interrogation. What about this mirror? It's reflected in the mirror. I think that's probably everything. Alright. Let's talk to 89. How many people have you killed?
I don't know. It's not like I'm counting.
What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name?
I don't know, I forgot.
Where are you from?
Djibouti.
Northeast Africa, a small republic of roughly 900,000.
I don't take kindly to stupid lies.
You're gonna have to tell me some non-stupid lies, mister. That's what I want to hear. Why did you call Sosajima's secretary?
Oh, you know about that?
Yeah, I do.
It's true. I called Sajima's secretary.
Why did you do that?
I got him on the line and I told him something very important.
Tell me what that is.
You spoke with him directly?
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then Sajima lied to us. What did you tell him?
I told him to call somebody.
Who was that?
Somebody.
I can't tell you anymore.
But I want you to. What if I went on a date with you? About Shoko's murder.
All right. Let's get back to the topic at hand. 2 days ago, you called our investigation office. You said you know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
Yes, I promise.
Can we do that?
You're lying.
I don't think we can do that.
You don't want to release me. That's fine. I was expecting this anyway. I just wanted a good excuse to leave the prison.
What do you mean?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
Here's what I mean!
How are we so unprepared?
You'll make a good hostage for me. Take me to the exit. Now. I
mean, I think Aiba could have warned us that his that his muscles were tensing up and he was getting ready to move. Something. Oh.
Darn.
Alright, I guess everyone's okay.
Are you kidding me? A criminal serving a life sentence just escaped from Metro Police.
Oops. Oopsie, boss.
I ordered everyone to keep quiet about this, but it's only a matter of time before the press sniffs this out. We need to get number 89 back before then.
How did he get away?
He punched out an officer and stole his clothes. He put on the uniform and brought me with him at gunpoint. Well, he had the gun in his pocket, hiding it. No one on the floor even knew this was happening. He got on the elevator and made it to the ground floor. He even stole my security card. He said he'd kill me if I tried anything. I suppose the whole escape took him about 5 minutes.
What a daredevil.
He must have planned this.
I mean, I guess so. It just kind of seems like we put up extremely no resistance at all.
You're rather calm about all this.
I'm coming down from being terrified for my life. I'm in a bit of a fugue state right now.
I mean, to be fair, I guess Peter's job really is not public-facing. He doesn't have to deal with the criminal element. Where's my gun?
Number 89 still has it.
Of course he does.
But don't worry, I have a spare.
I mean, it's not really the concern.
I'll give it to you later.
It's like the main concern would be like he could kill someone using my gun. Where is number 89? Where is he?
How would I know?
Oh, you're the science man.
After he got to the exit, he let me go. I didn't see where he went. I collapsed right there.
Boss. Yeah, I probably should apologize for all that. That was my fault.
Boss, it's my fault he got away. I'm sorry.
Don't waste time apologizing. Go catch him. I'm the one who has to go on an apology tour now. You really messed up this time.
I know, there's really no way to spin it. Like, that was just incredibly bad. Summarize for me.
Date, I know you are already aware of this, but there are security cameras all over this compound.
There are, yes.
All of them.
And?
Number 89 fled in a car that was waiting for him.
Oh, he had an accomplice.
So he had an accomplice?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Did you see who was driving?
I did.
Who was it?
You and I know him well.
Renju?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe the politician, but Renju's healed up real fast, I guess, if he's already driving again.
Renju?
But then again, considering his track record behind the wheel, maybe him and 89 will just get into an accident.
Why?
Date, Moma is calling.
Moma? From the Kumakuras?
I'll connect him.
Hey, Date. I just got the word. Renju's been seen.
What? Where?
Hey, don't forget our deal.
Deal? What deal?
You know what deal.
You forgot already? I'm talking about Tessa.
Oh, right.
I'll be waiting. You know what to do.
Well, I mean, maybe this is what we'll do on our date. On our date with Iris, we'll go to the Yakuza. Show her around. That'll be what our date is.
What should we do?
We have no choice. We have to take her.
To Moma?
Yes.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll fix this.
Oh my gosh! Late. You're late.
I was beaten up by an assassin, Iris.
I'm going home.
Never! Have you forgotten the vows you exchanged?
Are you drunk?
No, of course not.
You're drunk.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I can't believe I'm gonna shovel forge with you. I'm getting excited.
We did not agree to play the video game.
We are not shovel forging.
I was talking about the date, silly.
Shovel forge and a date are synonymous, apparently.
Is that what? Okay.
So where are we going?
To the Yakuza? To where the dragon is. A really nice place, a gangster bar, to a Yakuza office building. Well, I don't really want to lie to the teen. We're going to visit the Yakuza.
No point lying to you. I need you to come with me to an office. I'll have to inspect it, though.
What? An insect show? I didn't know you were into that.
What?
Well, okay, it's kind of weird, but whatever. Let's go to the insect show.
All right, I have no idea what Iris thinks we're going to. I hope Iris's mom doesn't get mad at us for taking her to the organized crime building on our date.
So where are the Aziptula praticolas?
Tessa!
Oh, is this guy the Aziptula praticola?
What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. Are you the insect trainer? Go ahead. Sorry for interrupting. Start the insect show now! Wait a minute. This is a gangster den.
I'm glad she can recognize that on sight.
Took you long enough.
Dante, you tricked me!
I said straight out we were gonna visit the Yakuza.
I wasn't trying to trick you. You just misunderstood me.
But I wanted to see the bugs! I really did!
The bugs were in your head, Iris. You invented the bugs. There were never bugs.
Oh, so she likes insects as well.
Moma, I held up my end of the deal.
You sure did. You want to hear about Renju?
That's the idea.
Mr. Okiura?
About the Renju tip.
You said on the phone that you saw Renju.
Yeah, I had all my people looking for him.
So, tell me where he is.
I could.
Hey, I held up my end. I brought Iris like you asked.
Date, come here. Date, I don't quite know how to ask this, but... Can you ask Tessa if I can shake her hand, please?
I guess that should be fine.
Oh, that's it? Sure. Iris, could you do me a favor?
A favor?
He wants to see your boobs.
That's not what he said.
What the fuck, dude? I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry. What I meant was, he wants to shake your hand.
Oh, a handshake. Sure. I would never show my boobs.
She's not that kind of streamer.
Dante, this is the happiest day of my life. It feels good to be the boss.
So how about it?
All right, here it goes. Renju was seen in 2 places. First, Sunfish Pocket, the maid cafe.
All right, we have been there.
Second, Kumi Shrine.
Sunfish Pocket and a Kumi Shrine.
Got it, thanks.
No problem, bro. Really.
Well, I mean, we've already introduced him, but I guess we might as well.
Oh yeah, I haven't introduced this old man yet.
I'm 24!
Really? I wouldn't have thought so.
Moma is fine. He is at least 48.
Yeah, I mean, 24 is what you would expect someone like Oda to look like.
Absolutely. Sorry for not introducing myself. My name is Moma Kumakura. I work for a prestigious advertising agency.
You run the Kumakura gang, right? You're like a mob boss.
How did you know that?
Is he stupid?
About Renju.
What happened to Mr. Okiura? I heard he escaped the hospital.
So did I. But I don't know anything more than that.
Please tell me.
It was kind of strange.
Hold up. What were you saying about Tessa's dead body?
No, she was dead, but she's not anymore. Don't worry about it.
Oh, well...
Date saw a parallel world with my dead body in it.
A parallel world?
Never heard of it?
Oh, yeah! Of course I have! Yeah, right! Parallel worlds and all that shit. Yeah!
I don't understand it, but I suppose he does.
Good, because I don't feel like explaining it.
But why would Mr. Okiura do that?
I don't know. He could be a hostage or an accomplice. Either way, I need to find him.
I guess we can continue to introduce Moma.
Moma may not look it, but he's a huge A-Set fan.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm a huge fan.
Gambling.
Bet! Debt! A-Set!
Worries.
Forget Fred A-Set!
Now what does she say?
A-Set, you bet!
Wow, my catchphrase! Thank you!
This is kind of embarrassing.
But sorry, Moma. I don't like gangsters.
I don't like gangsters either. Gangsters are awful.
I know, they're nasty, violent people. Who would ever like a gangster?
All those nasty Yakuza guys should drop dead, am I right?
I guess we should apologize.
Sorry for bringing you here.
It's okay.
You don't have to be scared, Tessa. We're not thugs. We're just a gang.
Oh, that makes it a lot better.
About as contradictory as meatless beef.
The old boss was really violent.
He would take a cheese grater to someone's leg if they looked at him funny.
But after I took over, we went crystal clean.
Crystal.
Methamphetamines.
No, we don't do drugs. We don't deal with that stuff. We had to restructure the whole operation. Cut a lot of people off.
Cut?
Their throats.
No! Not like that!
Where are the goons? There were goons here last time. Where are they now?
They're out. Looking for Renju. Besides, I can't have them here seeing me like this.
Good point.
I guess we'll bring up his ring. I'm not sure why we are.
Why do you care?
Can I have it?
What?
Can I have the ring?
Why would I give it to you?
Hey, can I have the ring?
Absolutely, of course you can. Here, take it. Wait, no. I can't give you this.
You're so cheap.
Come on, it's not like you're losing it.
It's exactly like I'm losing it.
Aww.
You guys are a good team. Like siblings.
Yes. Like a brother and sister who somehow are just not anywhere near each other in age and don't remember that we grew up with each other. Their memories somehow erased. Summarize this for me.
Anyway, Moma, take care of Iris for me.
What?
What? Wait! You're leaving me here?
You'll be safe with him.
Are you serious? Look at his face! Not to mention he runs a crime syndicate. What if he sells me to the highest bidder?
Tessa, I would never do that! I told you, we're clean now. We all go home on time, we follow government regulations.
See ya.
Wait! What about Shovel Forge?
I told you I never promised to play with you.
But you promised me a date!
Well, that's...
Date! Is this true?
That's what this is. This is the date.
You son of a bitch!
I'm gonna ignore that.
Good idea.
Date, you're gonna look for Mr. Okiura, right? Take me with you. If you do, I'll tell you about last night.
Her late night visitor.
Fine.
Yay!
Date, don't ignore me!
A clean gang.
Oh, that's just a toy.
Oh, just a toy.
Let's leave them alone for a while.
We have 2 places to check. Sunfish Pocket and Kumi Shrine.
I want to go to the warehouse too, where you found my dead body.
Something bothering you?
No, I'm just curious. Oh, and one more thing. Can we eat somewhere?
Food sounds good. I haven't eaten in a while.
I mean, I guess we should probably go to that Mermaid Cafe. That's one of the places we're supposed to look.
Oh, my chest hurts. Getting hard to breathe.
I guess that's our cue to leave. Alright. Let's go to Sunfish Pocket.
Wow, this is what's going on here. Why are you two together?
We're on a date?
Oh, well, it's... Forget it. Thanks for letting me stay last night. Oh, no trouble at all. Anytime. You can even live with me if you want. That's a great idea. The roommate I have right now really sucks.
We do our best to suck, but...
This girl.
Alright, I guess let's start talking. What are you doing here?
What are you gonna do, scold me or something? Why do you care what I do?
Why are you so angry?
I'm not angry. In fact, I'm feeling good.
Excuse me. Mizuki was crying earlier.
Crying?
Yes. We were trying to cheer her up. What happened to her mom was...
Alright, the mom murder. Yeah, the ice pick in the eye and all that.
And we thought she was having a hard time. She must have come here looking for company. That's probably why she stayed with Iris last night. She didn't want to be alone.
Shoko's body is still under the jurisdiction of the police. There has not been a ceremony, nor has the body been cremated. The culprit has not been caught, and we cannot locate Renju. And on top of that, her roommate has abandoned her.
I don't know why everyone's saying that. We have a job to do after all.
I did not abandon her.
In any case, there are many ways you could calm Mizuki down.
Mizuki is just trying to act strong. Please, try to understand.
About Renju.
police asked me a bunch of questions. But I don't know where he is.
I mean, we technically do. He's helping out an escaped assassin for reasons about the Okiura fishery warehouse.
Why are you asking me about that?
I mean, your name's on it is the thing, I guess.
I was just curious.
That company was made by my grandpa. But Daddy has nothing to do with it. I don't know anything about the warehouse.
Your trident is very bright. What rank is that? Looks like we cannot click on it, though.
Eating sushi off a naked woman for 780 yen?
Is that what that is?
Oh, that sign is wrong. Someone added letters.
Ah, I see.
It's supposed to say Nita Yumori, boiled newt.
Oh, boiled newt, 780 yen.
Would sushi be better off of someone's naked body? I don't know about that. So, about the visitor last night.
Iris, I still need to know. What were you doing Sunday at 2 a.m.?
You haven't fulfilled your promise.
What else do I need to do?
This is the date. I fulfilled my promise.
I told you. No info until the date is complete. Don't you get it? This date isn't over yet.
I don't think that was part of the bargain, honestly. There was nothing in the fine print that said that this information could not be said during the date. About Renju.
Mr. Okiura helped me when I was just starting out. You know how my mom is single?
Yes.
He really supported her. He even changed my diaper when I was a little baby. I got hired by Lemniscate all because of him.
Iris used to stream all her own content.
But then she sold out. Sold out for the big bucks. I remember when it used to be about the streaming, Iris.
Like singing and dancing and gaming and stuff?
Now Lemniscate owns all that.
But before we knew it, she went viral.
And she forgot where she came from.
Right, I heard about that. That's how she started getting offers, right? But because Iris's mom knows Renju, she decided to go with Lemniscate.
But there's more to it than that. There are other reasons. Daddy was totally taken in by her talent.
Her talent?
Dancing, really. Her dancing is what got her into Lemniscate. He knew ever since she was young that she would be talented. He didn't want any other agencies to have her.
I didn't know that.
Daddy's not the type to give compliments.
Not even to me.
This is kind of embarrassing. I didn't know he thought of me that way.
You like dancing, right? I heard it's kind of uncontrollable.
More than sleeping and eating? Well, maybe about the same as eating. Anyway, I've always loved moving my body, ever since I was a little girl.
And you're fast, too.
Yeah, I did a lot of track meets.
Were you always the anchor?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Hey, want to hear something cool? Iris is the goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology. She's the messenger of the gods. She's really fast.
Rainbows being so fast to disappear was the source of the legend.
You're as fast as your namesake, then.
You want to race?
Sure. Let me get the chance.
Could you show me your dance? Just like right here?
Right here?
Oh, I want to see too!
Me too!
I would also like to see that.
I don't know.
No, it is unanimous, Iris. You must show us the dance.
Come on, just show us.
The dance, the dance.
But...
No buts.
All right, I'll go set up.
The dance must be shown.
Wait!
Jeez.
Fine, if you insist.
Yay! Iris, we're ready.
All right, world, get ready. See my dance. Invincible Rainbow Arrow. Hit it. Teacups that are flying, on maps mystifying. You'll think that I'm lying. This old tale of mine, a journey through time. A permanent fire, cold frost on the pyre. Fruit never expires. You've seen in your eyes, you've seen in your mind. While the old bow their heads, while the blind lead the blind, the marble loses shine. The eye clouds by design, but we know in our soul the one hope, the one truth, that if we believe we can make miracles. Even with the devils of time against you, never let the fire fade in you. See the golden goddess with wings of rainbows, set sail through the night sky to embrace you. Resist, allow your heart to take you. Never let this merciless world erase you. Passing down the light of the torch to guide you, and you shall be bathed in light. Tessa, you're the best! That song. Mr. Okira wrote the music, and I wrote the lyrics.
So, is that your only dance, or you have more in the repertoire, or is that like the only thing you do every night when you stream, or is that's fine? You know, it's fine. It's fine.
So it holds a special place in my heart.
That's right. I forgot he wrote music.
Yeah, he's really talented. I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
Do you know this mermaid?
She's my friend from back when I worked here. We would hang out outside of work, too.
No, you used to work here, but you're not a mermaid. I'm beginning to think this place is all lies.
We go to haunted places and UFO sightings and stuff.
Blow those boys away!
I'm sorry?
Blow those boys away!
Is that a catchphrase? You just say like that?
Yeah, blow those boys!
No, I mean, no, you forgot the last word. You forgot the last word part of that.
Mizuki,
You really shouldn't say that.
I was under the impression that everyone who worked here were mermaids, but if Aset used to work here and she's not a mermaid, I'm going to question the authenticity of this place. Was Renju here?
I've heard that Renju was sighted here.
He was sighted.
When do you mean?
When? I got the info a few minutes ago, but I don't know when he was seen.
Oh.
Ringing any bells?
Well, he hasn't come by today, but yesterday.
Yesterday? But I was here yesterday.
It was after that. After you and Ota left.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
You didn't ask.
And I don't have any way to contact you.
I guess that is true.
Damn it.
We just missed him.
We're never gonna find Renju at this rate. The X-ray prompt has come up again. I mean, I don't think there's anything different here.
Those are some nice hip bones.
It just seems like the same skeleton that we saw before. What was Renju doing here?
He was looking for Iris. He was asking everyone where she was.
Looking for me?
Yeah.
Did he give a reason?
No, not in particular.
Iris, can you think of why he would be looking for you?
No, not at all.
Mizuki?
I don't know either.
Anything else you can tell me about Renju? Renju?
Anything else? Well, he did seem really sick.
Like he was in a car accident or something.
He was pale and sweating a lot.
He's in, like he was in a lot of pain and had broken bones, maybe?
It must have been because of the accident.
Perhaps.
What do you like in men?
Well, a triple wart sea devil or an anacanthus barbatus.
That's a mouthful.
About your relationship with Mizuki.
Mizuki comes here a lot. She's really friendly with everyone.
I like it here. Everyone treats me nice.
Is it because you're the daughter of the owner?
No, it's not like that.
We're BFFs.
She wields extraordinary power with that trident.
The Okiura family is really something else.
I don't know, we haven't really seen all that much of them. Well, I guess I'll ask about the fishery again, for some reason.
I thought I told you this already.
Yeah, you did.
Don't ask me the same questions over and over.
But it's what I do, I'm a detective.
Look.
Oh, she's lying.
She's lying?
Her body burns with the heat of guilt.
Possibly. She may just be excited or upset.
Summarize for me.
Unfortunately, we didn't find Renju here.
No, we didn't. That's a story that we've been hearing a lot.
We discovered that he was looking for Iris.
But why?
We can think about that later. Let's get going.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright. But once again, we did not really learn anything. So let's go on to the next location, a Kumi Shrine. I don't think we've been here before. This might be the first time.
You okay?
It's okay. I just, missed a step there.
So are we still on a date? I'm not really sure what constitutes the date. This might still be the date. Your thoughts?
It's nostalgic. This place is a memorable one for me. 6 years ago, I used to come here with someone.
6 years ago.
Someone?
I used to call him Uncle. He was a thoughtful, reliable man. I thought of him as a father. But one day, he just disappeared.
Oh, yeah, he went to jail, right.
She's talking about
Hitomi's lover.
About this uncle.
When you asked me why I became an idol, I wasn't being entirely truthful. I told you that it was because I wanted to become famous. But more specifically, it was for Uncle. I've been looking for him for 6 years.
but I didn't find him anywhere.
Where have you been looking? Have you been looking in prisons?
I didn't know where else to look. So instead of me finding him, I thought that he could find me instead.
You think if you became famous, he'd contact you?
Yeah.
So that is why she became an idol.
I mean, it's also been my dream since I was little. That's a part of it, too.
So why do you use the name Asa? Shouldn't you use your real name?
Oh no, I don't have to. He was the one who came up with the name Aset. He told me that if I ever became an idol, I should use that name.
No questions about that. I would like to know why he came up with that name. About Renju, I feel like we keep getting this option, and we're just not learning anything. About Renju, please.
Mr. Okura isn't here.
I can see that.
I mean, of course he isn't. It's not like we came here right away.
He's already taken off.
Too bad.
It looks like there are no further clues here. It appears we've wasted our time.
I could say that about a lot of this, I think. About this shrine.
It's called Ikume Iribiko Isachi no Mikoto, or sometimes Ikume Tenno, or Ikume no Mikoto. There are legends about this place written in the old text.
The old texts? What kind of texts are we talking about?
It's a shrine dedicated to the gods. The old legend goes like this. One day, Ikume Iribiko sent one of his followers, Taji Momori, on an urgent quest to find a mysterious magical fruit. A fruit called Tokijiku no Kaku. It's said that eating it will grant you immortality. After many hardships, Taji Momori was able to find the fruit. But by the time he got back, Ikume Iribiko had died. Taji Momori mourned. He handed half of the fruit to the man's wife, and he left the other half on Ikume Iribiko's grave, then died on the spot. It is said that that fruit is still inside the shrine behind us.
Oh, can we look for it?
Really? The fruit of immortality.
Yes.
You think it would have gone bad by now? Immortality, huh?
Not interested?
No, not really. I'd rather have normality than immortality.
What are you looking at? Like, I mean, I guess we can, like, move this over here. What are you looking at?
A flower over there.
Flower?
You can't see it from here, can you? I know it's there because I've been to this shrine before.
What is Iris looking at? I'm curious about this flower. This is just a statue. That's not a flower. That lantern? That's not a flower. Those flowers over there? Those are flowers. We should look.
It's too far to see.
Maybe I should walk over there.
Too dark, too.
I cannot walk over there. A tree. And that's all. This is as far over as I can make this go. I'm curious too. It's the only option we're getting when we click on Iris now. I'm looking around for a flower. The only flowers we see are the flowers over there. Oh. I forgot about our zoom in eye. I kind of forgot that we could do that.
An iris. More specifically, a winter iris. This is the same flower that was on display at Iris's house.
It's an ability that we have. It doesn't come up that often. That's grayed out. Monument, stone monument. You're looking at a winter iris, aren't you?
Yeah. How did you know?
My magic science eye told me.
It's the same kind that's at my house. I told you about what it means, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good news and hope.
Iris is also a part of the eye. And the Greek goddess of rainbows. A messenger goddess. I told you at Sunfish Pocket, right? That's why the flower means good news and hope.
Summarize this for me.
Date, we have no time to waste.
We have all the time to waste, Iba. We have done nothing but waste time.
We should get moving.
Got it.
You can't say we have no time to waste when wasting time is the only thing we have done with time. Let us go to the coal storage warehouse, where we found Aset's dead body, where we are bringing Aset's live body with us, so hopefully the two will meet and collapse reality. I think that's how it works.
I saw it. I'm sure. Your corpse, Iris. Right here.
But I'm here now.
You are here now.
Maybe I'm a ghost.
I never considered that possibility.
You don't look like a floating sheet. You have legs.
But maybe they're not legs. Maybe they're my boobs.
I'm not sure how that would work.
Didn't you say that you saved me in your dream?
Yeah?
What did you mean by that?
Oh, let me tell you about this sweet machine we have back at the base where I can...
I'm with an organization called Abyss.
Yeah, I can invade people's dreams and just, mess them up in the head. Or I assume I can, anyway.
Yeah, you told me 2 days ago.
We find clues in the minds of suspects and witnesses. We enter what we call Somnium, a dream world projected by their subconscious. That's what the entire organization is about.
How do you even do that?
We have a machine that we call the sync machine.
What is that?
It's a sync machine.
That's not an explanation. Tell me how it works.
There are 2 chairs, and they're connected to a big ring, and then I go into the person's dream. It's a sync machine.
Well, I can explain, but it will require a bit of background to understand.
Background?
Yeah? Do you know about nanomachines?
Nanotech? Yeah. Technology related to really small things. Like really teeny tiny things. And when they make a machine, they're called nanomachines. I heard they use them a lot for medical and tech fields. Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses.
I mean, I guess that's one thing you could do with them. Another thing you can do is invade someone's dreams, which, I mean, that's obviously the better use.
They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said. Well, I don't know if it was like beep, beep or rrr. But anyway, nanotechnology costs tons of money.
Iris, please. Let's be scientific about it. They go ping, ping. Can't believe how just functionally illiterate you are when it comes to this technology.
Only a few people can even afford it. My college professor said only the richest of the rich have nanotechnology. But he's pretty liberal, so...
I'm not sure what that would have to do with anything, Iris. Yes, nanomachines are expensive.
Largely accurate. Nano is a prefix meaning 10 to the negative 9th power. A nanometer is therefore 0.0000000001 meters. The sync machine uses machines approximately 2.16 nanometers long. Viruses are on average 20 to 970 nanometers, so sync nanomachines are far smaller than that. This allows them to access neural circuitry. During a sync, the nanomachines are used to write in the syncer's data.
Do you know about the BBB? The triple B.
I've heard of it. The blood-brain barrier, right?
I was not sure what kind of BBB I was referring to. I was thinking the Better Business Bureau, but that wouldn't make sense.
Inside the skull, there's an army of little teeny tiny soldiers that surround the brain.
That's right. Child soldiers, Iris.
They protect the brain from bad stuff in the blood, right?
That's almost it, yeah.
The blood-brain barrier describes the architecture of the microvessels of the brain. It is a kind of shield that protects the brain. To get through, an object must be no larger than 0.4 nanometers. Objects too large to slip through the barrier cannot physically access the brain.
Do you know about the Wadjet system?
I guess not.
No, I know what it is.
What? No, you don't.
It's the core programming behind AI, right?
That's right. What's wrong?
What?
You're shivering.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
To borrow Pewter's explanation, with the advent of the Wadjet system, we can extract the data of the human psyche. This data is sent to the brain, which achieves the sync.
But why would that upset her? Here's how sync works.
Okay, you have the basics down. Let me explain how syncing works.
So we sit in chairs, and then I'm in the other person's brain.
Syncers like me equip the sync gear and use it to access the subject's brain. Inside the helmet are nanocables. And on the tip of each of these cables is a special nanomachine. But the machine can't reach the brain through blood alone. Do you know why?
The BBB soldiers say, "Go away!" and push them back?
Well, yeah, kind of. But for the sync to work, we have to get the nanomachines into the brain itself. How do we do that?
Drill a hole in the skull?
No.
In Shovel Forge, you can use a pickaxe and...
No, it has nothing to do with tools. We don't have to open a hole. Skulls already have holes in them. One of those holes is the optic canal, which is a nerve canal located behind the eyes. The nanocables of the sync gear go through your eyes, then go to the back of your eye socket, then through the optic canal to the sea.
The sea?
The sea of brain cells, anyway.
That sounds kind of romantic.
No, not really. I know.
It's only a chunk of protein.
All right, we're continuing to talk about how sync works.
Once the nanocables arrive at their destination, they can begin the sync process. They slide into the brain like roots of a tree, and on the tip of each cable, the nanomachine sends and receives data. This is controlled by the Wadjet system, and that's how the syncer and the subject exchange information.
Exchange?
Think of it this way. The human brain has a max capacity of one psyche, one consciousness.
Multiple instances of consciousness inside one brain can cause a total collapse of higher brain functions.
You know how a car only has one steering wheel? If there were two, there would be accidents all over the place.
Well, don't some planes have 2 control sticks?
Okay, maybe it wasn't the best metaphor. What I'm trying to say is that the human body can only hold one person. If you try to have 2 people inside one brain, it will break.
I see.
Continuing to talk about how this works.
Because of this, the syncer's data goes inside the subject's brain. And the only thing inside the subject's mind at the time of the sync are their memories. Like a house with no one inside. We syncers break into the house, look for clues, and leave.
We also eat the food out of the refrigerator. Trash the place, you know.
All within 6 minutes.
There's a time limit?
Yes. Or else?
The neural circuits would become too deeply entwined with one another. To put it simply, the syncer would be trapped inside the subject's house.
Psychic squatter. Summarize this.
Thank you for explaining it. I don't completely understand how sync works, but still.
Just don't tell anyone. This is extremely confidential.
Yes, it's super secret law enforcement data. I'm still not really sure why we've been telling you.
It's okay, I won't. Date, tell me this. Who did you sync with yesterday?
Didn't I show you his picture? Congressman So Sejima.
So that's why you know so much about him.
But you've never met him, right?
I haven't, I swear.
Okay, summarize again.
Hey, Date. You saw my corpse here, right?
That's the idea.
I did. I'm sure of it.
And in SoStream, you saved me from getting killed.
Yeah.
And then somehow, I resurrected.
We think so anyway.
Date, that means you're... Achoo!
Date, is the cold too much for Iris?
Yeah, I'm freezing too. Iris, let's get out of here for now.
Roger that!
Alright, let's hit the map. It is the case that we have not... Date is not really considering the idea that he just never saw her here at all, which is the simpler explanation, but it seems like he's just refusing to accept it. One more location on our list, and that's the diner. Well, I mean, we did get a big Zero Escape style explanation of how the syncing works, so I do appreciate that.
I'm so hungry.
Wow, it's been hours and the sun's down and we haven't even eaten yet.
Tessa?
We could have eaten at the other place, but...
Why are you here?
We're on a date, Oda. You jealous?
I told Date I was hungry, so...
I've always wanted to eat here.
I'll have my usual...
I guess this is the diner that Oda's mother owns.
Yes, right away!
What's your usual?
Omelet rice. Ota's omelet rice is so good it gives me stomach cramps.
Is that good?
Is that a compliment?
You're embarrassing me.
Well, Ota appears to have taken it as a compliment.
About your resurrection from the dead.
Iris, about your coming back to life.
Hold it! What do you mean coming back to life?
She was dead, Oda. Catch up here. Body was frozen. Full of stab wounds. Horrible scene. We're just gonna tell everyone about this.
Date jumped into a parallel world where I'm still alive.
Tessa died?
Yeah, and I saved her. Through dreams, Oda. Through dreams.
Yep.
You've been here before?
Yeah, I have.
Have you met Ota's mother, Mayumi?
Yeah, but I don't think she likes me.
No, she really doesn't. She thinks Oda spends too much money on you.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true, Oda. She told me so herself.
Mom is just jealous of how pretty you are, Tessa.
That's not how that works, Oda.
Not very reassuring. Whether out of jealousy or otherwise, she still doesn't like Iris.
Oda, where's Renju?
You're still looking for him?
I know. Seriously, I've been looking for him for days. Guy's not showing up.
Well, like I told you before, I don't know.
No one knows, Oda. Where's your mom?
She's in the living room. I think she's watching TV.
How about you? What are you doing here?
I was just doing some meditation, lying on the ground.
Yeah, alright, I guess I can see, that's fine.
He means sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, that's also fine.
Date, why are you...
We are...
Not Shovel Forge.
on a date.
Oh, a date. Huh. A date?
I'm on an investigation, and she wouldn't let me go.
Date, I have some delicious fugu eggs. I promise they're not poisoned. Would you like some?
No thanks. I'm fine.
You're good at cooking, huh?
Yeah. My dad taught me when I was little.
You're making me something too, right?
Sure. My treat, Date.
He's cooking it up in the kitchen. About the parallel world.
Hey, Can you tell me about this parallel world idea in more detail?
Oh, sure. How should I explain this? Well, Oh, I know. Let's play rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. If we tie, nothing happens. We just shake hands. If I win, you have to give me something.
What if I win?
I'll do anything.
Anything?
Anything.
What are you doing with your hands, Iris? What is that gesture supposed to mean?
Date, your heart rate is rapidly increasing. Why exactly is that?
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's go! 1, 2, 3, shoot!
Well, let's go with good old rock.
Shoot!
A tie.
The most boring result. Well, we agreed on the rules. Let's shake hands. Shaky, shaky.
So jealous.
We just played rock, paper, scissors, right? We tied and shook hands. But in a different timeline, maybe I got a reward from you. Or maybe you could have seen me naked or something.
Why did I choose rock?
What exactly were you going to make her do?
So those timelines are what I'd call a parallel world.
Iris, but this means by playing rock, paper, scissors, we just split the timeline into multiple possibilities. Like, we just split one timeline into 3. Can we just irresponsibly create timelines like that? What if we just kept playing rock, paper, scissors over and over and over, and every time we did that, the timeline would split into 3 again? And it seems so irresponsible just to do that. Do we have such power?
So you think I jumped from a world in which you were dead to this one where you're alive?
That's what I think.
Huh. Parallel world, huh? Can't believe it, but...
Sure you can. Parallel worlds exist. Do you know about the Mandela Effect? Or the Kiki Effect?
I have not heard of the second one.
Or the 100 million balls? If I explain that, would you believe me?
I want to know about 100 million balls.
Sounds really interesting, Tessa. I know some urban legends like that. The spatial temporal man, and the lost friend, and the story of 2 sisters.
Tell me about this lost friend. The Kiki Effect, huh?
Date, look at this picture.
Look at this. Look at this die.
There's a famous experiment regarding this picture. You show this image to people around the world and ask a question. Which one is Booba and which one is Kiki? Believe it or not, 98% of people asked have the same answer. The rounder one is Booba and the jagged one is Kiki.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
Not that weird.
In other words, everyone thinks that Booba is a certain way and Kiki is the other.
I mean, is that still the case if you reverse the order of the 2 images?
It applies universally across languages and cultures. It's like something ingrained inside all humans.
Clearly the aliens that seeded us on this planet implanted knowledge in our brains of Booba and Kiki. Tell me about 100 million balls.
This world is full of really interesting stuff. But you know the most interesting thing of all?
No, what?
That humans exist at all.
The universe developed in a very particular way to get here. If things were even slightly different, well, the galaxies and solar system and all of that might not have existed at all.
But maybe what would exist would be something better. Something a lot better, Oda. Something better than us.
And that means humans would never be born. And even if everything happened exactly like that, the probability of human life developing is extremely low. And yet, here we are.
Tell me about the Mandela Effect.
Do you know Nelson Mandela?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. The former president of South Africa. he helped abolish apartheid.
He died in 2013, but a strange thing happened. When the news broke, people all over the world thought, didn't Mandela die in prison in 1980? That's the Mandela Effect. It's when your memory and history have discrepancies.
Because he died in 1980 in another timeline, and our timelines converged. One of them collapsed, the other remained, so a lot of the people just came from the timeline where he died in 1980. Oda, what do you think about that? Tell me about the lost friend.
There's this kid, A. He's in elementary school. Well, A had this close friend named Suzuki. One day, after school, they're walking home together. A turns around to tell Suzuki a joke, and Suzuki is laughing his butt off. And he's laughing and laughing, and he laughed so hard that his eyes fell out of their sockets.
That is very hard laughing.
What?
Well, they were hanging down out of his eye sockets.
It is still very hard.
The nerves were still connected, but A is of course in shock and doesn't know what to do. Suzuki just takes his eyeballs and jams them back into his eye sockets and keeps walking like nothing happened.
Yeah, well, what else are you gonna do?
So A asks him about it. Like, hey, are you okay? Your eyes fell out. A is really concerned for his friend, you know? But Suzuki just says, yeah, I'm fine. He doesn't say anything about it.
No problem.
And by now, A is really curious. But he's not getting any answers. So they just part ways and go home. The story only gets weirder from here. The next day, A goes to school, and Suzuki's not there. A is confused and asks his teacher about it. Hey, where's Suzuki today? And the teacher says, Suzuki? Who's that? There's no Suzuki in this class. A says, what are you talking about? And he goes and asks all of his classmates about Suzuki. They all say the same thing. I don't know him. There's no Suzuki in this class.
So that kid must have jumped into a parallel world without Suzuki.
That's what I think.
So someone moved into a different timeline. Let's ask about the lost friend again. Let's get closure about the lost friend.
Couldn't Suzuki just be an imaginary friend or something?
No, A was really serious about remembering Suzuki.
It is weird. And there's no way you can pop your eyeballs back in like that.
I mean, you do what you have to do, I suppose.
Well, not necessarily. There's such a thing as a dislocated eye. It actually isn't too hard to put your eye back in if it falls out.
Ota is correct. Dislocated eyes are easy to replace in their sockets. As long as none of the nerves or blood vessels were damaged, there are usually no lasting negative effects either.
But that doesn't prove this Suzuki exists.
Well, I guess not, but...
Let's ask about the spatial temporal man.
Yeah, it's sort of like a common experience. A lot of people have experienced waking up in an uninhabited world they've never seen before. And most of them describe seeing the same person. The spatial temporal man. He's supposed to be an ordinary old man wearing work clothes. The spatial temporal man guides people back to the real world. He tells them, this world is not for you, or something.
I'd like to meet him someday.
The two sisters?
So, there's this girl. Let's call her B. She's practicing piano in her room, and her little sister is watching TV in the same room. B asks her to turn the TV volume down so she can hear her piano playing, you know? So B goes back to practicing, playing a little bit. But her sister doesn't turn the volume down. She's not listening at all. So B turns around to scold her. She was really gonna let her sister have it, but she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. She thinks, I wonder where she went. But then B hears her sister at the door. I'm home. B runs to the front door and sees her sister and her parents standing there. So B asks, when did you go outside? But her mom says, what are you talking about? She went shopping with me. Bea is really confused by all of this, of course. She asks her little sister about it, and she learns that her favorite TV show was on. And before she went shopping with her mom, she was deciding whether or not she wanted to stay and watch it or not.
So depending on her decision, a parallel world was made.
Yeah. What Bea saw might have been from the world where her sister stayed behind.
And clearly what we need to do is collapse all of these other timelines, destroy them so we have the only one true timeline. What about others?
So, this elementary school kid, let's call him C. He goes to school and there's a bunch of things on the floor.
You know, you're not very imaginative with these names, Oda.
Postcards, towels, a coffee cup, rice bowls, a sink, lots of stuff. But C realized that those were all things from his own house.
How did they get to the classroom?
No one knows. It's not like anyone did it on purpose or there was a thief or anything.
Maybe something happened that made two parallel worlds fuse.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, Oda. That one story is not so impressive. Oh no, I went to school one day. Oh, all my junk from my bedroom floor is here. What? Oh no. That doesn't. It lacks the oomph of some of these other stories, Oda. I guess we can still talk about these.
Like worshipping the sun and the sea. Or thinking that the mother is soft and the father is jagged. Regardless of your culture or background, you probably think this way. It's what Jung called the collective unconscious. There exists a second psychic system of a collective, universal, and impersonal nature, which is identical in all individuals.
Yeah, let's get into it.
That's what Jung said about it. Think of it like bamboo.
Yes, metaphors.
Bamboo stalks look like individual plants since they're separated, but underground, they're all connected. Human psyches might be like that too, connected at a subconscious level.
Yeah, let's talk about that morphogenetic field. Let's get into it.
The parallel world?
Yeah! You saved me in the dream, right? And dreams are all about our subconscious minds. So if you follow the roots...
you get to another bamboo stalk.
Yeah, something like that.
Or something like that. 100 million balls?
Imagine a box full of ping pong balls, labeled 1 to 100 million.
Look at this box, full of 100 million balls.
Would you be able to pick out the one?
I mean, if there were 100 million timelines, one of us would.
Not likely.
But what if there were 100 million of you?
Exactly. We all choose a different ball. Someone has to get it.
Well, then one of us would definitely pick up the one.
Exactly. The birth of humanity is so improbable that it's basically a miracle. But if there were multiple universes...
Like if maybe some sort of supervillain was attempting to create one specific timeline that had a really improbable outcome, and they mind-controlled people to find out what happened in other timelines so they could shift people around and manipulate things so the one last remaining timeline had the extremely improbable outcome. Could be something that someone could do.
Then it wouldn't be strange that at least one of them had humans in it.
She is describing the anthropic principle. I may have underestimated her intelligence.
Tell me about Mandela Effect again.
There are lots of examples. Like the name of this kid's book with the bears having different spellings.
Oh, what are these bears? Tell me about the bears.
Or people remembering that Kennedy was assassinated in a 4-seat car.
Yes, we will not address the bears.
But in our world, he was in a 6-seat car.
Huh. I thought it was a 4-seater too.
Or that electric mouse from that video game. You probably remember the tip of its tail being black.
It wasn't?
Nope, it's all yellow. And the design didn't change.
Ah, yes, that electric mouse from that video game. We can't mention which one it is.
Lines from movies, company logos, historical events, and little things. The Mandela Effect is everywhere. Why do you think that is?
Because those memories are from parallel worlds?
It's the simplest explanation.
That would explain it, I guess.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, what that means is that somewhere out there is a timeline where Garfield loves Mondays. Summarize for me.
When did you two get so knowledgeable?
Oh, I don't know.
Tessa is always writing about this stuff on the internet. That's why I decided to research it too. That's how I learned all this stuff. Oh, hey, I know about conspiracies and secret societies too. I find that stuff fascinating. If you want, we could talk about those.
Let's not talk about those. Yeah, maybe next time.
Where's that omelet rice?
Done!
Bon appetit!
And she just held this big open-mouthed smile on her face for just minutes at a time. It's like she couldn't change it. She nodded back and forth, like she was attempting to shake the expression off of her face, but found that she was incapable of doing it. She had this smile on her face, she had this expression so many times on her stream that she found it was now burned into the skin of her face, the muscles forming the familiar expression, locked into position, never to move again. Tessa, there was a timeline where you didn't drop that spoon.
Tessa, are you okay?
I wonder if the timelines where she is alive and the timelines where she is dead, maybe they're converging, and now she is in a state of being unsure whether she is alive or dead.
I'm fine. My hand slipped. Let's eat. Thanks for the food! That was good. Ota, your omelet rice is seriously the best.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Aw, thanks. I owe it to my dad. He taught me well.
Let's get going, Iris.
Thanks again!
Thank you! Come back soon!
And with that, it appears that our date is over. And actually, I think the stream will also have to be over. It is getting a bit late, so I should save the game. And it said that we have some new files, but we'll have to wait till next time. Wait till last time? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, unless there was a timeline where I looked at all of these files on the last stream. That might have happened. We'll have to look at these next time, though. Here's our flowchart. I don't think it's actually extended, really. Maybe by one, or maybe... I don't think we've actually gotten past this one day yet. And this whole stream has been, in this one day, I think. It's been a busy day. We let a mass murderer assassin walk free, and we went on a date with Iris, and we learned absolutely nothing about this mystery. Not a single clue. Not a single clue. We learned nothing. But, I mean, at least we talked about multiple timelines. We talked about that. We, let A-Set know about our dream machine and how we can invade people's brains. We've just had a lot of slow, friendly conversation today, aside from the part where we were beaten up by an assassin. Aside from that part. We saw A-Set's dance. Her one dance. I guess that's the dance she does every night on the stream. But as far as tonight's streams go, it is time to say goodnight. We'll be back next time for more AI, the Somnium Files, as I assume next time we'll be moving on to the next day, and continuing on our own flowchart, our own timeline. See you then.